Scientists find proof God created the universe. New revelation shakes atheist science community by Mark A. Serra. Dr. Michio Kaku claims God perfectly designed universe to support life. Business Insider. A group of scientists has created a stir in the scientific community by saying there is clear evidence that God created the universe. To prove their findings, they used theoretical particles called primitive semi-radius tachyons to conclude higher being really exists. I have concluded that we are in a world made by rules created by an intelligence, theoretical physicist Dr. Michio Kaku told in Geophilosophical Association of Anthropological and Cultural Studies. He went on to say that it is clear we exist in a plan which is governed by rules that were created. Kaku said he can explain this phenomenon by observing particles called primitive semi-radius tachyons, which are capable of unsticking matters in the universe or create a vacuum between particles to leave everything free from influences. After running series of tests, Kaku said that human beings live in a matrix, just like the 1999 Hollywood movie. In a video posted on YouTube link, Kaku suggests that God might be a very intelligent mathematician that is capable of making precise calculations. Furthermore, many scientists believe the Big Bang is the start of creation. This massive explosion happened 13.7 billion years ago. During that period, scientists believe the universe underwent an extremely brief and dramatic period of inflation, expanding faster than the speed of light. English astronomer Fred Hoyle coined the term Big Bang. He said his atheism was greatly shaken at the discovery of this astounding event. He also stressed that the interpretation of the facts suggests that a super-intellect being perfectly designed physics, chemistry, and biology to create human. Wall Street Journal reported that there are approximately 200 known parameters necessary for a planet to support life. Each of these parameters must be perfectly compatible with each other, or else everything falls apart. For example, if there's no Jupiter nearby, the Earth would be destroyed by thousands of asteroids. The massive gravity of Jupiter draws away dangerous cosmic objects from our planet. Additionally, new studies suggest the odds against life in the universe are simply astonishing. Does the universe revolve around Earth? October 24, 2014. Paul Strand. Empty line. Image. Washington. A new documentary, The Principle, is so controversial that scientists and even people featured in the movie are condemning it before they've had a chance to see it. The film chops away at some of the most sacred cows of modern science, that Earth is nothing special and sprang into being by accident. It delves into the latest scientific findings to present what its makers believe is solid evidence the whole universe revolves around Earth and its Milky Way galaxy. Physics professor John Hartnett, with Australia's University of Adelaide, studied the locations of some 400,000 galaxies from the 2005 Sloan Digital Sky Survey and was astounded to see a surprising form and pattern in how they're arrayed, all with Earth at the center. As if the galaxies preferred to lie at some periodic spacing out from the Earth, Hartnett explains in the documentary. This is sort of like saying that our galaxy is somewhere near the center of the universe, and when you look at the galaxies arrayed all around us, they're on sort of like gigantic shells, he added. Bob Sung-Ennis, executive producer of The Principle, told CBN News why such a discovery is so upsetting to atheists and those who believe Earth and mankind are nothing special or central. If you're a believer in the Big Bang, you believe that there's going to be this smooth explosion that's not going to have any distinguishing features. It's not going to have any center, Sung-Ennis said. So if you find center in that big mass, then that means somebody had to make it that way. There's a designer behind it. CBN News senior Washington correspondent Paul Strand spoke with him in depth about the film's ideas that have some scientists hyperventilating and also the charges and accusations flying around him and the documentary below. The idea Earth is at the center of the cosmos was accepted dogma till Copernicus in the 1500s suggested everything is not moving around Earth. Building on the foundation of that Copernican principle, most modern science today says Earth is just one more meaningless spinning orb among trillions in a purposeless unplanned universe. By questioning that Copernican principle, this new documentary is outraging some scientists, even some who are in the film, like physicist Lawrence Krauss, director of the Origins Project at Arizona State University. On April 8, he penned an article for the online magazine Slate titled, "I have no idea how I ended up in that stupid geocentrism documentary," attacking the filmmaker's contention that Earth is central and significant. The best thing we can all do when faced by nonsense like that, or equivalent silliness promoted by biblical fundamentalists who claim that science supports a literal interpretation of the Bible, is to ignore it in public forums, and not shine any light on the authors of this trash, he wrote. But scientists in the film admit their own theories about how the universe works don't come close to fitting with the latest data. Michio Kaku, a theoretical physics professor at the City College of New York, says in the film scientists are usually devastated when their experiments show their theories are off by just a little bit. But he confesses the latest scientific findings show cosmologists their suppositions are way off. In cosmology we're off by a factor of 10 to the 120. That's one with a 120 zeros after it, he says in the film. This is the largest mismatch between theory and experiment in the history of science. In documentary, Krauss describes the radiation permeating the whole universe as the cosmic microwave background, or the afterglow of the Big Bang. The film's narrator, actress Kate Mulgrew, said this cosmic microwave background is the only source of radiation we've ever discovered that comes to us from all directions of the sky. Sung Ennis told CBN News 3 probes of this radiation all showed the same proof that the universe and its galaxies appear to be arrayed around Earth and the Milky Way. All of the radiation which comes from everywhere in the universe, there's no place we don't see it, it's all coming toward us and aligned with us, Sung Ennis said. Well, we're just like a little pea compared to the Milky Way. What's the universe doing aligned with this little pea? But that's what they found 3 times in 20 years. On the same day physicist Krauss denounced the film, so did Mulgrew, who is best known for her role as Captain Janeway in the television series Star Trek, Voyager. I was a voice for hire, and a misinformed one, at that, she posted on her Facebook fan page. But in promo material for the film, she appeared to contradict the idea she was misinformed. She spoke in promo material of not being willing to narrate the film till she totally understood its content. I have to fully understand it. I have to separate it out, she said of the film's content. It has to make perfect sense to me. As the film prepares for its first public showing October 24 in Chicago, Sung Ennis has also had to beat back accusations by physicist Krauss and others that he's an anti-Semite and Holocaust denier. It's been blown up so out of proportion, Sung Ennis told CBN News. As a matter of fact, I had to make a public statement and I made it 2 separate statements. I believe in the Holocaust, I love the Jewish people, I'm not an anti-Semite, all this stuff. Supporters say Sung Ennis is the victim of made-up stories and half-truths. The film's creators suspect the attacks were a coordinated campaign to keep people from concentrating on the evidence in the film that there is provable design in the universe and Earth's at the center of it, like what scientists found with the 2005 Sloan Digital Sky Survey of all the visible cosmos. As far out as we could see in the universe the galaxies were aligned in concentric spheres around, guess what, Earth, or our galaxy, Sugenis explained. Martin Selbreed, vice president of the Chalcedon Foundation, sums up why such a discovery is monumental. If we are significant and if there's something special about our home, this planet, then those concepts have tremendous implications, Selbreed says in the film. The film's makers are first testing to see if the principle might make it as a theatrical release before they'll put it on DVD and online.
Admit it. You aren't like them. You're not even close. You may occasionally dress yourself up as one of them, watch the same mindless television shows as they do, maybe even eat the same fast food sometimes. But it seems the more you try to fit in, the more you feel like an outsider.